that we've been updated. So let's bring up Candace Lawrence. Come on up, Candace. Woo! She's got her hat on. She's ready for the weekend. Yeah. She even has a shirt that says water is sacred. Yes. Oh, let's just hang on for a minute. I might need a little bit of counseling right after this moment. Okay. Candace, just hook up there, please. So you're all set for the weekend. She's got on a cute t-shirt. Maybe you could show us your t-shirt. Just open that up and flash us all with what that message is. It's a good message there. I know that Sid will take to that really well because she speaks about the water. One of our young ladies, as I was telling you yesterday,
Awesome.
She speaks about water and has addressed large numbers of students about that. It just goes right to the TV. So you need to use the handheld. So you know Jared?
Of course.
And would you say good things about Jared?
I would. I'm glad he's working with us.
Yeah, could you tell us some good things about Jared then?
Jared is very thoughtful. He's got a lot of good extra information to offer in our meetings. He's funny. He makes good food.
Cool. And Jared, could you say good things about Candace?
Yeah, for sure. Candace is who I aspire to be.
She's like a mentor. Ah, hey. Oops. Over here.
Just kidding.
Ways. Look at her. Okay, so Candace.
Okay, now I'm totally embarrassed.
So tell us a little bit about you, Candace, and what you're doing personally, accessing the students or something like that.
So I've been here for a super long time,
Mhm.
and I've seen the college grow from a tiny little place to what it is now. And even I can get overwhelmed sometimes in this place and not know where things
Probably
are.
like Jared is right about now. He's probably getting a little bit
Yes,
overwhelmed.
probably.
Okay.
I do personal counseling, so I do similar things that Jared does. I'm here at this college.
What is personal counseling? In case one of them out there saying, what's
sure.
personal counseling?
So I would just say it's support for anybody who's going through any kind of difficult time, overwhelmed, feeling stressful.
Okay, let's role play then. I'm going to pretend
Okay.
that I'm really lonesome and I come from way up north and I don't know what to do, and I'll be that student and you be my helper. And you can help if you want. Okay, bring me food. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Ready? And role play.
Hi. What's your name?
What's it to you?
I don't know. You came in to see me? Did you need anything to talk about?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you about me a little bit. Maybe that'll help you feel more comfortable.
I'm lonely.
Um,
I miss my mom.
do you?
Mhm.
Tell me about your mom.
She's my mom.
Yeah? Where are you from? Up north? Okay. It is, can be kind of lonely here. London's huge. This is a big place.
Yeah, my community is only like 200 people.
Wow.
We eat moose there.
You eat moose?
Mm-hmm.
Does it taste good?
Mm.
You probably can't find much moose down here to eat, can you?
No.
Um,
Can you get me some moose?
I can't.
What about goose?
Goose?
Mm-hmm.
Can I get you some goose?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Maybe
but
you could call a goose or something.
Oh. You want me to call a goose?
Do you know how to call goose?
I might. The goose might not recognize me though.
You can call goose?
Yeah.
Could you show me how to call goose? Oh, jeez. Maybe I prefer moose.
I don't know how to call a moose. That I can't do.
Well, so that was a role play, right? Because I work a lot in Northern Canada. A lot of our people don't know how to talk first when they go, because counseling has this stigma sometimes, says you're messed up, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're messed up, right?
No, not
Why
at
did
all.
you go into the field of counseling?
Well, because when I was younger, I went through a lot of rough stuff, and a counselor helped me. So,
And do you share sometimes with your clients a little bit so they know that you're as human as the rest?
a little bit, like
Yeah.
I think sometimes that's helpful. And I love what I do, or I wouldn't still be here after all this time. I can't believe how long I've been here. But I still love what I do, and I believe it's just about balance. So it's not just academic stuff here. We also try and help people with emotional, spiritual, social. I've often walked a First Nations student right down to the First Nations Center, thinking that, oh my goodness, you don't know that they're even here. So that's kind of what I try to do.
Cool. And you were telling me about this course you were taking, right? You got this extra passion, you found this free course. So tell us a little about this course so they know, as Indigenous students, what you're interested in trying to upgrade and to be aware of all the time.
Well, I've always been an ongoing lifelong learner, and I heard about this course called Indigenous Canada, Looking Backward, Moving Forward. And so I checked into it, and it's free, and it was online, and it's offered by young Indigenous people from University of Alberta, and it's all taught by Indigenous people, and so I'm learning way more than I knew before, and really hoped that I had learned that when I was younger. So I'm making up for lost time. I'll never know everything.
Cool, and I think that's the journey for many of our students as well. Our Indigenous peoples have been through a lot, as you're aware, and has tried to put perspective to that and to move forward, right? Because I think that's why the Indigenous Center is here, to help students move forward and to do well and to be successful, etc. Do you have tips for these students to be successful? I know last night they were climbing the wall, they had a movie to watch, or staying in campus, because a lot of them may come from small communities where there is a close-knit family type structure, and then you, boom, you're at Fanshawe kind of thing, which is probably larger than some of their communities in terms of the population. So any tips to help them along?
Make sure you get connected with each other. Try to connect with someone in your class. Try to make friends with some people in your classes. Have fun. Make sure you stay involved in some of the activities with the First Nations Center and the rest of the college. And we also have groups that you're welcome to attend. I brought a few. I'm going to leave just their little kind of like postcards. You can grab them and put them on your fridge, but I can just share what they are.
Sure.
And I don't have all of them with me. One that's fun. Okay, we've got a couple that sound really worky, academic-y related. Procrastination. How many procrastinate?
There's a few. Oh, geez, almost the whole group procrastinates.
So it's done in a group format. It's very informal. Together we will explore that.
Cool.
Every Friday you can drop in to the multi-faith spirituality room and just chill with us. There's a couple of us that do. We just do staying quiet, meditating. Just kind of do that every Friday. There's a group for people who have been told they have ADHD, and so.
What day do they meet? Maybe I'll come back.
They meet on Fridays at 11, and it's an
Okay.
8-week group, but it's very fun. They have tons of fun, and people
Cool.
really like that group. And then we've got 2 times a term, we've got something called Drumming in the Zone, and we bring in a woman who facilitates drum circles in London, and she's really fun. And
Do we have any drummers in the audience that are here? Anybody drum? Anybody traditional dance or anything like that? You do, yeah? Where are you from again? Oneida? Cool, okay.
And what's neat about that group is we often have international students show up too, and so different people will bring their own rhythms and teach us.
Cool.
So there's no kind of real leader, we just have a woman who comes and sort of facilitates.
Lots of great programs I'm hearing here.
We got a new one, I don't know who offers this one of our counselors. Shrinking worry and growing happiness. So a lot of people do worry a lot, and we like to teach ways of kind of reducing that and growing happiness. And then we have a really great series that was started last year when you came, Jared, and another counselor, I think Kristen.
Yep.
And it's called Be Well, Skills for Emotional Well-Being, and we
Awesome.
do a bunch of lists. So there's different times it starts, and it's 4 times. You can go to all 4 sessions.
So lots of effort to help with personal growth, emotional
Mhm.
growth, etc. Cool.
And we have another one called Staying Motivated.
Oh, I know some students of mine, some employees that would want to be signing up for
Yes.
that one. So I'll give you their 4 names after the show then and get them on here. So
There's a couple I forgot because they weren't quite ready, but I believe every Wednesday at noon there's a knitting group that meets.
Mhm.
You can just show up, you can be taught how to knit. You can just keep coming, and there's also some arts programs.
Yep. Now, I just going to ask, as I'm going to try to get in the mind of a young person. So, do they show up? Because there's young people say, "Oh, I'm not going to that. Who would go to that? Be well. Who wants to go to de-stress and be happy? That sounds dumb. I can be on Snapchat and be happy all night." So, do they show up? Do you have the numbers, or is it just the old, mature students that come in?
No, we do have students show up. Now, we try, every year we try something a little bit different, because if
Right.
something doesn't work, that's good feedback. And then we'll
Yeah.
think, maybe
Well, maybe we
do
should put that out
something
as a dare to some of the students as well.
All
to
right.
Check that out and go see that and see if it helps you. I mean, they're set up for those purposes, and research shows you attend this, you learn something, and maybe you
Yeah.
get something better, right? And maybe it helps you to get better marks, stay focused, etc. Correct?
Yes, and some of the posters are in the First Nations Center. I brought them down last week. They're not all there yet, but you'll see them. And it'll give you more info, and you can always come up
Is
and
there
talk
food?
to us.
Is there food sometimes, or
No.
prizes, or coffee cards, or
No, it's fun.
it's fun?
Your
Okay.
reward is fun.
The reward is fun.
And you
Okay.
get to connect with other people too, so.
Now tell us again, where are you from originally?
Oh, I was born in Flint, Michigan, where the water is now bad, and I came to Canada when I was 4, and we moved to Waterloo. My dad lost his job there. He used to be a printer, and then I came here to go to school, and then I liked it, so I stayed, and
Cool.
yeah.
And where did you get your degree from?
Western here. I first started in college, though, everybody. I started in a program called Developmental Services Worker.
Oh, I remember that program long ago, yeah.
Yeah, it was called something horrible back then.
Yeah.
It had a name that I didn't like. But that's what it's called now, and I worked with youth.
We have a few students that are in child and youth here as well.
Awesome.
One in ECE, and so one's going into an autism, and I forget the name of her program, but she's going into a program here as well. So there's a few people interested in helping people too. So, and these programs you offer will help them get new skills, learn techniques that they can use
Yes.
later on in life, correct?
Because, it's all about, we have to be well and healthy to get through school, and sometimes being in this new place can be overwhelming, and so we want to make it easier for you. So please
Cool.
don't feel afraid to come up and ask questions. We have counselors on every day for drop-in, is it called drop-in? Drop-in times, and you can sign up that same day to talk to a counselor for half an hour, and just
All
pick
right.
our brains.
Okay, Candace, thank you so much for coming and sharing some of the stuff that your department is doing and complementing all the services that the First Nations Center will be doing as well. And there's a shared, relationship between everybody to make sure that students are well and getting the most out of their college experiences.